Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick, the King of Cars. Today we're back at Iron Gate Motor Condos for their final Chrome and Coffee of the year. It's their Oktoberfest in September, so very well named. A lot of amazing cars here today, especially some really cool Lamborghinis here at CMC. Lots of other treasures around. It's going to be a great time today, and I hope you stick around. But before we get to the frankly incredible cars that are featured in today's video, a lot of surprises that I was not expecting to see. Very cool stuff coming up. If you do enjoy what you see, please subscribe. Helps me out a lot. It's free. You can always change your mind later. Now, back to the video. Check out this SV Roadster finished in Blue Hull, a very interesting paint color, sort of similar to MSO Pacific color stream. It changes in various lights, so it's orange when it's dark and it's blue and purple in the light. It looks absolutely fantastic. Even more incredible is that the Rosso Targa Lamborghini Diablo Roadster, one of only two in the world, white interior, looks absolutely fantastic, magnificent spec. Love that car. And the Countach QV in white, white over white, always a killer spec. And not a Lamborghini, but a Ferrari. The 250 was in the Geneva Concours video, the last video on the, or no, that was a couple videos ago. Sorry about that. Very, very cool car. Also can't come to Iron Gate without seeing some hypercars, and well, the Hamilton collection always has them. So got the Veyron here, the white wrapped Veyron, very interesting car. Grand Sport headlights, so it's not from factory. Got the Senna, seen that in previous videos before, particularly at Clearwater. On top of that, they also have the R8 RWS outside, which is twin turboed. And I've ridden in this car before a couple of years ago, and it was mildly terrifying. Also here, AMS R8 from AMS Performance, another AMS car. This one is also from AMS. And the 918, which, yeah, I'm not sold on that spec. Never have been. Once again at the garage of the RLS Collection. I've covered this collection before in the previous Iron Gate video, but quick fire here, Wire Roadster, an old Lincoln Carrera GT, P1, 918, formerly Salamandrin's car, 300 SL Roadster, a 63 Corvette convertible, an absolutely magnificent Ferrari F40 back there, formerly owned by Graham Rahal, or Bobby Rahal, one of the Rahals, can't remember which one, and the SL65 Black Series. Very cool stuff, and the Ford GT that is sitting out here. Love these cars. Also featured these in the last Iron Gate video, but look at that Senna. Volcano Orange, one of the best colors for this car. Absolute top spec right there. The Lizard Green GT3 RS, the Lava Orange GT2 RS, and the brand new GT3 RS, the white with the green, the Heritage Design Package, one of only 150 cars. Pretty cool stuff. Amongst a backdrop of German music, some German hypercars. I know the Bugatti is technically French, but because it was built by Volkswagen, I'm calling it German, and the Carrera GT, that's as German as you can get. But these two cars featured in the Geneva Concours video, so I won't go too in depth. The Bugatti, very nice spec. It's another 16.4, one of two 16.4 Veyrons here today. Beautiful HRE wheels, very nice spec. The blue on the blue interior just complements the car so well. And the Carrera GT, built by Bowden Auto House, GMG Racing exhaust, lowered. It's got HRE wheels, a British Racing Green wrap with the terracotta interior. Very amazing spec, and it just sounds nuts too. Very cool car. And well, we always have to have an Italian breaking up the Germans. This Ferrari 330 in blue. Gorgeous car over there. And this is probably one of the most interesting and historic cars I have ever featured on my channel. I've featured McLaren F1s, Ferrari F50s, Bugattis, Koenigsegg's, Paganis. But this one, well, I think this one takes the cake because this is a 1938 Porsche Model 853 Parade Phaeton in purple with a nice convertible top. Wouldn't think much of this, and a lot of people aren't. But this car is really, really crazy. And the story of this car is even more crazy because this is one of three ordered by the Luftwaffe, the Nazi air division, and is the only car to have survived World War II. It was being tracked down by both the German military and the Russian military, and here it is today at Iron Gate. Absolutely insane story for a car, and that's only just the surface of it. There's a lot more to it than that. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet for the video, but this is absolutely nuts. And from a staple of history to a car that travels to history, LS swap DeLorean here, making quite a good noise because LSs always tend to do that. And yeah, backing up with the door up. I think that's the only way you should back up a DeLorean. And pretty cool. RPF ones as well. Very interesting choice of wheel on a DeLorean. That's making quite a bit of noise. Wow. And now a Ford Focus, built by Celine. Not sure how many of these were built. I'm going to have to do a quick Google search, but wide body, it's got longer bumpers, it's got the rally style rear wing. Looks absolutely nuts. This fitment is questionable, but this thing is so cool. Looking at the front, so aggressive. I mean, Focus RS of this generation was pretty aggressive, but this is even more aggressive. Crazy stuff. Now this car is actually quite special because it's screen used in Too Fast, Too Furious in the warehouse scramble scene. Here's a picture of the car, and here it is at Iron Gate. Really cool stuff to see. Screen used Fast and Furious car here today. You never know what you'll see at Iron Gate. Very plain Jane 720 here, but it's a bit war-torn because it's got a Band-Aid on the front. And something else interesting, the all-new Lamborghini Huracan Storado. Haven't seen one of these in person before, and it doesn't really show up on camera, but there's like a screen mesh here, so it looks kind of funky, but it's got the roof rails, it's got the extra headlights, looks super cool in yellow, and I would love to just drive one of these in the snow, maybe even hook a snowplow up to it, just be a complete idiot in one of these cars in the middle of winter. Would be a really fun time. Would love to have one of these in the future. That's quite loud. Here's a car I wish I featured in my previous Iron Gate video. This is a 2003 Lamborghini Murcielago, and since it's an 03, it's a stick because E-Gear didn't come out till 04. This is a one-owner car and a beautiful color, triple layer orange, absolutely fantastic. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, and he also has that Countach, which he's also had since new, and he does all the servicing himself. Also an Alpina Z8 back there as well. Really interesting collection. Amazing presentation of this Golf GT40. It is a replica, but it is a really well done one. It's a right-hand drive with a shifter on the right, like the real GT40s that raced at Le Mans. Very cool car. Back over where the video started at Chicago Motor Cars Naperville because I missed a couple cars earlier, namely the white Ford GT, chassis number 007, not an Aston Martin, but it is a Ford. Formerly owned by the RLS Collection, which we saw earlier. Now for sale here at CMC. Amazing spec, white with the carbon wheels, orange calipers, orange interior, very cool spec. Also the STO back there, very nice. Miami Blue GT3, Defender, very cool. And the wide body Urus, that thing is just nuts. And that's about it for today. A lot of rain coming in here, so gonna leave the show a little bit early, but Iron Gate's always a great time. Always some amazing collections and some amazing cars and amazing people too. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to subscribe. Thank you all so much for 300 subscribers. That genuinely does mean a lot. I mean, the channel's starting to, gain a little traction, so it feels really good. So just keep subscribing if you haven't already. Really helps me out. And thank you all so much for watching. This is me, Patrick, the King of Cars. Thank you for watching. Take care. Look at the camera.